After dropping their first 3 conference games, K-State has been on a roll. Riding a 4-game win streak, Bill Snyder's crew hosts Bob Stoops and number 20, Oklahoma. True freshman Trevor Knight starting in place of concussed Blake Bell. He gets OU out to an early lead before Jake Waters and the Cats strike back. Wide open, Tyler Lockett, 48-yard touchdown, makes it a 1-score game. Waters trying to even things up. Going to the end zone for Lockett. He's going to make the catch. Lockett's second touchdown, tie ball game. Sooners, though, with an answer. Brennan Clay gets past all the K-State defenders at the line of scrimmage and nothing but green space ahead of him. 64 yards for the score. Cats at their own 10. Waters looking deep. And who else is it going to be? You can zip it, lock it, and put it in the end zone. Tyler Lockett cruises 440 all-purpose yards, sets a new school record. Sooners pulling away in the fourth quarter late. Waters picked off by Zach Sanchez. He's going to take it 74 yards all the way to the house. Bill Snyder and K-State lose for the first time in 5 weeks, 41-31. K-State played well offensively, but not well enough. The Jayhawks have a chance for their second consecutive conference win there in Ames against Iowa State. Currently, that game is in the third quarter with Iowa State leading now 20-0, not 13-0. James Sims has 100 yards rushing, but Iowa State quarterback Gary Rohawk, he's tossed now a second touchdown. So Iowa State up in Ames. Emporia making their second appearance in the D2 playoffs, taking on Minnesota Duluth. Bulldogs get on the board first. Austin Sikorsky takes the handoff, squeezes through the line. He's off to the races. That'll be 56 yards all the way to the house. Hornets come right back. Corbin Jones, starting in place of injured Brent Wilson, threads the needle. Austin Willis, 55 yards on the scoring strike, 13-13 tie ball game. Duluth quarterback Drew Bauer looking to pass. He's going to scramble, fight through some tackles, and somehow find a way into the end zone. Second effort gets him there. Hornets trying to get something going, but Jones looking right. He's going to get picked off. That leads to another Bauer TD plunge. The Bulldogs whip the Hornets, rattling off 42 unanswered points to win 55-13. The second and final leg of the Eastern Conference Championship pits Sporting Kansas City against their bitter rival, the Houston Dynamo. Winner moves on to the MLS Cup, and they were excited in KC. Just 3 minutes in, Dynamo slides it over to Oscar Garcia, who spins it off a deflection into the back of the net around Jimmy Nielsen. 1-0 Houston. Right place, right time, nice move inside the box, and just a deflection. Houston up early. Then 17th minute, Benny Feilhaber trying to navigate through some traffic, bounces it off a defender, and then it's CJ Sapong there to finish it, evening the game up at 1-1. Man in the right place at the right time, and he hammers it home with some authority. Fast forward now, 63rd minute. Feilhaber again surrounded by defenders, flips it ahead. Dom Dwyer, nifty move with a left foot, finds the back of the net. 2-1. Sporting takes out their arch nemesis, and they will host the MLS Cup in 2 weeks. Emporia State and Washburn men and women take the court today. Emporia State's women had no problem with the Mustangs of Midwestern State, beating them 77-55. The men in action tonight in the second half on top of the University of Mary 46-41. That tournament is in Alaska. Over at Lee Arena, Nicobar doubleheader today in the first contest. Washburn's women won handily over Southwestern 87-58, and the men beat Newman 93-74 as Kyle Wiggins drops 30 points on the Jets. That's all we have for sports. One more check your weather right after the break. The Chiefs' perfect overall record may be gone, but they are still undefeated at Arrowhead Stadium. Today, they tried to bounce back after last week's loss to the Broncos. The 4-6 San Diego Chargers visited Arrowhead on a frigid day in KC. Temperatures below freezing, but that didn't bother the offenses. Alex Smith and the Chiefs down early. He finds Donnie Avery down the middle. 32-yard scoring toss. Biggest storyline of this game, though, Tamba Hali, Justin Houston, both hurt in the second quarter. Hali goes down with a right ankle injury, Houston with a right arm injury. and they would not return in the second half, and the Chargers would capitalize. Phillip Rivers dropping back. He's going to roll left, looking towards the end zone. It's Danny Woodhead who makes the catch for the score. A Ryan Matthews touchdown puts San Diego up, and then it's Jamal Charles who spins his way into the end zone, gives the Chiefs the lead. Chargers take the lead right back. Then Smith to Fasano, touchdown. Chiefs take the lead once again. Final minutes of the game now. Smith looking, end zone, Dwayne Bowe caught, touchdown. Kansas City has the lead, but there's too much time left on the clock for Phillip Rivers. 31 seconds left. He finds Seyi Ajiratutu, 36-yard score. Chargers win 41-38. Chiefs lose their second game of the season. The K-State men's hoops team finished off their trip to Puerto Rico with a win over Long Beach State this morning. Thomas Gibson and Marcus Foster led the Wildcats in scoring with 18 and 10, but it was the Cats' defense that smothered 49ers shots from the field, allowing the Beach only 11 made field goals. Sporting Kansas City allowed Houston to get their first goal of the Eastern Conference Final on Saturday, but instead of buckling, Sporting rallied to score 2 unanswered goals, getting sweet revenge on their rival.
These guys are unbelievable. We're a unit, and I think when you go down at home to a team that you've lost 2 years in a row and you kind of start getting that in the back of your head, but you're still able to fight through it and get the result, I think it says a lot about our team.
Experience probably did play a factor. I just know that the feeling of the group when we gave up that goal wasn't that, all right, oh no, here it goes again, we're down a goal and we're going to lose. It was, man, I can't believe we gave up that goal, but let's go and let's get one back and we can still win this thing. That's what it was about.
Shootout with the Sooners, and even though they had some record-setting numbers from Tyler Lockett, in the end, Oklahoma had one less turnover, and that proved to be the difference as the Sooners won 41-31. Lockett's 440 all-purpose yards are now the best in school history, but getting that wasn't the goal.
We backed ourselves up in there and didn't do anything about getting off the goal line, so part of it is offense, and then we hit the ball poorly and we covered poorly, so all three of those things added to, regardless of how many catches and yards he gets, it concerns me that we lost the ball game. Yes, it always concerns me.
They challenged us to throw the ball, and our receivers stepped up big, and with the day Tyler had, it just proved he's one of the best in the nation, and that made me look a lot better today too, so you got to give a lot of credit to Tyler.
KU's win streak stops at 1 after falling to Iowa State last night, 34-0. The Cyclones dominated the entire game, outgaining the Jayhawks by more than 300 yards. Montel Cozart and the Hawks' passing offense struggled, failing to eclipse the 100-yard mark, largely due to the Cyclones' defense, which pitched a shutout, the first Kansas has suffered since the 2011 season. Sunflower Showdown with K-State is next Saturday. We'll have reaction from today's loss at Arrowhead later tonight on WIBW. Justin?
You're watching 13 News, Kansas News Leader.
After a dramatic win over New England on Wednesday, Sporting KC advanced to the Eastern Conference Finals against two-time defending East champion Houston. Dynamo has knocked KC out each of the last 2 years. This is leg 1 of 2 this afternoon. Brad Davis is going to send it in, the lefty in-swinger, and it's knocked around in the box, finally cleared by Sporting KC. Dangerous moments there, and KC able to escape it. Then it's a Matt Beasler throw, and the header from Aurelian Cullen goes just over the bar. Take another look at it, so close, and that was really the only chance that Sporting had all day long. This one was a very hard-fought defensive bout, and then one more time it'd be Davis on a left-footed in-swinger. Jimmy Nielsen there to punch it clear. He goes down on the play, but he is all right. Game ends 0-0 draw. The return match will be played November 23rd at Sporting Park. Kansas State and Texas Tech have been trending in opposite directions the last couple weeks. Kansas State has run off 2 straight wins, while Tech has dropped a pair to the Oklahoma schools. Red Raiders hosting the Wildcats this morning. Texas Tech opened the scoring, but the Cats struck right back on their second offensive play. John Hubert takes it 63 yards to the house. It was 7-3. K-State at that point. John Hubert had just a monster day. Tech has an answer. Davis Webb throws to Eric Ward, who makes a great toe-tapping grab in the end zone. 10-7 Red Raiders. All K-State from here on out. Daniel Sams takes it from 5 yards out to make it 21-10. Then it's Jake Waters who scampers across the goal line. 15-yard TD run here, his second of the day. After a Texas Tech turnover, Waters goes to the air this time. He's going to drop back and look for his man, Tremaine Thompson. He makes the grab, 20-yard touchdown, 35-10 K-State at the half. In the second half, after flip-flopping a couple TDs, Webb is picked off by Ty Zimmerman. And folks, he makes house calls. He's going to take it all the way to the end zone. 49-26, Cats win, improved to 3-3 in Big 12 play. The 9-0 Kansas City Chiefs. It's got a nice ring to it, but to try and match the franchise's best ever start to a season, KC would have to go through Buffalo and the Bills. Andy Reid has not lost a game since becoming the leader of Chiefs Kingdom, but the Bills would strike first. Undrafted rookie Jeff Toole to another rookie, Marquise Goodwin, 49-yard pitch and catch for the score, 7-0 Bills early. Then the Chiefs' defense steps up. Toole is picked off by Kendrick Lewis across the middle. That sets up a KC field goal. Second half now, Bills at the goal line. Sean Smith snags the pass and takes it 100 yards following his blockers into the end zone. The Chiefs' 6th defensive touchdown of the season. That ties things at 10. Both sides would add another field goal, and then it's more from the Chiefs' defense. After Toole completes a pass across the middle, it's Marcus Cooper forcing the fumble from TJ Graham. Tamba Ali scoops it up and rumbles into the end zone. 2013 Chiefs, they win 23-13, move to 9-0. Afterward, we heard from Andy Reid about the big momentum swing in the ballgame. For 27 consecutive Big 12 football Saturdays, the Jayhawks have gone without a win. Today, they faced a vulnerable West Virginia team that's dropped 4 of its last 5 and without their starting quarterback. Charlie Weiss, the man trying to get KU to its first conference win in a long time. James Sims, just before the half, already with 1 score, breaks off a 68-yard touchdown to make it 17-7 KU at the break. Move to the second half now. Paul Millard. He's going to look right, throw right into the breadbasket of Ben Goodman. He takes it all the way down the far sideline before he's forced out of bounds at the 14. That sets up this James Sims 2-yard score, his 3rd of the day. He had 211 rushing yards on the afternoon. More from the KU defense. This time it's Ben Heaney with the interception over the middle. Going to make some guys miss, eventually cutting back towards the middle of the field. He's got eyes for the end zone, but he's going to wind up just a yard short. The man who does take it in, Brandon Bourbon, he punches it in to ice the victory for KU. Charlie Weiss gets his Gatorade bath, and Jayhawks win for the first time in 28 conference tries, 31-19.